Hello everyone, my name is Walter SCHUMANN and I'm a violin and viola player. I as well graduated with orchestra and choral conducting a while ago. However, due to surgeries and some physical issues I had before, I needed to stop practicing as well as to stop my career as a performer for quite a long time. 2 years ago, I've decided to resume my practice and performing. I'm very happy of the fact that I can once again be reunited with my instruments. Throughout the past 2 years, I've gone through the regular material, scales, etudes, pieces, concerts, but there is this one that I very much like. I hope you do too. It's called Prelude and Allegro by Kreisler. However, Kreisler thought that he found this Pugnani piece or work and had decided to create his own Prelude and Allegro. It turns out it's not actually written by Pugnani, and Kreisler just remained with the name Prelude and Allegro. More particularly, I'm talking about Allegro molto moderato. This is the second part, and would like to give some ideas and hints on how I did overcome some difficult places and phrasing while practicing this challenging piece. So when we talk about Allegro moderato, so the author wrote Allegro molto moderato. Well, many people will immediately say this is Allegro molto and then moderato, but in Italian it doesn't work this way. In Italian, the emphasis goes on the end. So what does it mean? Allegro molto moderato. When there are places we have to consider fast, but as fast that we always can go slightly and flexibly to what? To the molto moderato, to very moderately, to heavily moderate. So let's start and see how it goes. Make sure your instrument is well tuned before you practice, because these particular places I'm going to point out are very much not only depends on your personal technique or hand technique, but it also how well your instrument is tuned. So let's go. Here, I'm talking about this place. And this is a regular what? Sequences. Goes from higher, the same model, the same intervals, goes, with a step down. But what makes it so difficult is how to make it clean. And here we constantly face the challenge of clean perfect fourth and perfect fifth intervals, as well as the reversed seventh and sixth interval. So what I mean by saying that is, you see, it's very easy your middle tone to be lower or higher. So always do checks. If your open string doesn't work, go with the harmonic. So this is third, and this is what? Fourth. Then normal A minor chord, E minor or G. This is what? Fifth and fourth. Then again, this is 7th interval and 4th. Then 6th reversal. Back 4th, 3rd interval. And this is too high. Now it's correct. So we have 4th, so a lower 5th. And now we have 6th. And then we have a lower 6th. And then we have 5th. Like they change its places, which makes in fast tempo this particular place quite difficult and challenging. I would suggest play chords like I just did. And then you can keep up with the scale type of, noodling the phrase and the melody. But this one is particularly forte, a bar or measurement, and another measurement is piano. Then piano. Forte, now piano. And here we continue with crescendo. And go to piano again as the main theme in the beginning, in the very beginning. So the other place that I would like to stop is this particular one. So this one is sequences again, but this time we start with the 5th and 4th, perfect 5th and 4th on the top instead. This is very important. Then fix, always fix first this 5th, because it's basically this. You have just 2nd. You see? This is 7th, interval 7, a major 7th. This 2nd position makes things way worse. The same. And cadent. And finally, go to the 2nd theme. What I would suggest here is very slowly practice like melody. If you have doubts, make a check. Correct? Okay. This is the chord. Diminished chord. This should be higher. So the most important thing in this particular place is the middle tone that appears. It looks like a lower, but let's just say to divide this, then, but there is this middle tone. Three times, and then this D, and then can you hear this tone? C, and then and then I'm putting a little bit more, power over it just to exaggerate a little this exact tone that it comes, like a line, like a E zone. So that tone is basically your axe, like, the axe of your chord. Then here, so it goes down, but this is fourth. Then and then E minor, G major. So that I would probably tell everyone to do it because it's pretty hard. There is also the pressure and the positioning. Where would you like to do it? Some musicians are doing this. They do like a jumping, like martelé, like bouncing bow, but the other are doing it more like the détaché martelé. So it's all up to you to decide whether you'd like to be more on the string or more bouncing. It's all about how you do the sequences. That's it, what should be heard. So this is the third place I would like to talk, and it's basically moving up your hand gradually from first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and here position. We have this chord, octave, again chords, 7. You see, a lot of the musicians, including me, are making the mistakes to go too fast, to move their hands too fast and higher. But it's, in actuality, just a little slide stretch. You see? Too much? Don't do that. So never change the position when you're once there. So You see? This chord, many of the musicians make it like piano, the second, but it's actually forte. And then a subi piano. And you have to go very, mellow and smooth. Forte chord. Piano. This time the first chord is piano. You see? And here it goes this way. This is easy. So the next stop is trills. So it's common practice in the Baroque and Renaissance then that whenever you come, descend, your melody is descending, so you should start your trills from above. And when you ascending, your trill should start from the bottom. What do I mean by that? Let's just say, like in here. You see? So we have to look the melody, where the melody goes. And the first time descends from, A, F, and E. So we have to continue F. You see? That's how in the Baroque is. Here we have from the bottom, we ascending. Descending. Ascending. So this is how it is. Lots of the musicians, including me while ago, back then when I was a student, my teacher would say, Walter, no, you have to do it this way. Make sure that your instrument is always tuned. And I would also suggest that you do it very slow and in dynamic piano. I would not suggest you to go here on the third. Use the second position. Here, open string, harmonic. And always make the connections. Do not start from the beginning of the bar or from the measure, but start with the connection. That's important. And it's like Bach, like, Mancini, Jean-Baptiste Lully, so. So go this way. My other point is, this particular place, I have heard many musicians, wonderful musicians, of course, do the same exact mistake. And this is, listen carefully. Right? It sounds right. But actually, there is one tone that it's different. And this is, listen. This is a different tone. There is one tone that it's instead of B, it's actually C. Let me play it for you again. The second time is B. And the third time is as well B. So the last point I'm going to stop for today is this particular divided chords, split chords. What I would suggest, do it slow like this. So do it slow. And you gradually go up and go high. And you go all the way this way. And then so this is the way I work on this moment and this particular technical challenges. So if you think we can take something for you, I'll be glad to know that you do better using my performing technique and methodical part of playing. You have a good one. It's me, Walter.